So today we're going to tackle the classic issue with the Honda Jazz, and that is the leak in the rear footwell. The issue with mine, as you can see, is at the very lower end of the apron. You can see water coming through because the apron sort of retracted over time. So it's just gushing out of that. So in order to sort this, we're going to remove the rear door cards. Start by removing that Phillips screw, and then there are 3 clips here. We need to undo all those. Using your prying tool, it should pop off, revealing 2 further Phillips heads. Remove those. And you just got a little clip for the electric windows. You need to undo that connector. I found prising it as well as pressing the clip down helped with the flat blade. And then this, you just push forward and that comes out once you've undone the Phillips. And then I started popping the poppers. They actually tend to pop off, like some of them actually just break, sadly. If you want to do a really good job, you could get some new poppers from Honda and put them in afterwards. So it depends, but just in the Australian climate, they dry out and crack. So I've undone all the poppers here now, and it's just a case of this sort of R-shaped bracket, I would say, R-shaped sort of cable. And you can see you can actually push the plastic out the way, and then just with a flat blade, I just push that up, and away it came. So then just removing that trim piece, it just pops off, and then lifting this up out the way. Now on this side of the door, the apron wasn't quite so retracted. It was still letting actually a little bit of water out, but not as badly as the other side. So I just cleaned this with some wet wipes because they are good for cleaning absolutely everything. And then dried them off as well because they do leave a bit of residue. So just dry them off with some paper towels to get rid of that, making a nice surface for the duct tape to stick onto. Okay, so I just sped up this bit because it's a bit boring. Just liberally applying duct tape all around this apron, causing good seal. I don't know if you necessarily need to have it as far up as I went, but I just thought better be safe than sorry. So I got it all covered up on the edges and smoothed down. Now these poppers, these are some of the broken ones. I was just removing the broken bits off them so that the door card's still going to go on. It's alright, it only needs a few poppers to stay on. But importantly, you need to be covering up the holes at the bottom of the door. So leave something in there, even if it's a broken popper, have it in there just so water cannot drain out of the open popper holes. So just putting the door card back on again. You need to make sure that you sort of slide it over the door lock mechanism, the pin there. Popping this back on. 2 Phillips back in place again. And the Phillips for your door handle. And then notice I'm pushing this from the back in, so it sort of wedges in from the back and then pops on at the front. Just hearing all those 3 clips clip in. Now this is the side where it had a more of a retracted apron. And you can see it's actually still coming out of that hole where the popper would be. All right, so I've now put a broken popper in that hole, and you'll notice that nothing is coming out of the door now, so that won't enter the cabin. You can see it's coming out of the drain holes at the bottom of the door, which it should, but not out of that hole. And since the fix, I've had no more leaks.